Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to DD Radio, the show where we talk about whatever we want to because we're just a bunch of dudes hanging out having fun. My name is the manly Stanley Stanpai, and as always, I'm joined by my two co-hosts. Of course, they are Kay and
Logan.
That's right, as always. So we got a fun show ahead. Talk about what's coming up in our near futures, as well as something we talked about in a previous episode, and some spiritual divinings, if you will. So,
Mumbo jumbo.
Yeah. So let's get right into it. But before I do, how you guys doing this week?
Exhausted.
Yeah?
This getting ready for these conventions is just killing us. It's killing us. I just want to eat some donuts, bro.
Oh man,
just some donuts and some pizza, and I'm good.
That's kind of a perfect transition to explain what exactly you're going to be doing at the con. So let's hear that, because the two of you have a shared panel, and the con's coming up. We have two conventions coming up in the Orlando area. One of them is MegaCon, the other one is Anime Festival Orlando. So before we talk about our panels at AFO, Logan, how about you? How you doing?
Ditto what Kay said. We're both.
Why are
we're both?
Just
we're trying to get that look.
Trying to get that 5%, bro. Trying to get that 5% body fat, and it's just like, no, I'm ready to go berserk.
Calm down, guts.
Yes.
So yeah, no, that's that you guys are the same way last year as well. But you know, you put in the work for this panel. So so first up is MegaCon. So are either of you guys going to MegaCon this year?
I convinced Zia to go for one day.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be going.
Because I'm going just for that Saturday. I know I got work on Thursday and Friday, and I don't know, like, to me, MegaCon has become like such a big convention and just more just for like the celebrities, and that's the one of the only reasons I'm going for, just for one of them, which is Troy Baker.
Right.
Because I got to see him last time. I think it was year before last MegaCon. I dressed up as Vincent from the game Catherine, and I saw him. And he was like, yo, you're dressed up as Vincent. I'm like, yes, I am.
A game I've never played.
Yeah, true, dude. That convention, I had so many people come up to me like, yo, did you pick K Catherine or C Catherine? Luckily, I did my Wikipedia search, and I'm like, I picked K Catherine.
Yeah. Kay picked K Catherine.
KKK, all right.
Yeah.
I also picked K Catherine, but I actually knew what I was signing up for. Awesome.
I mean, you know, she's the only marriageable one.
But then the thing was, too, like, I got to see him, and I knew that he's going to be voicing Revolver Ocelot. This was before Phantom Pain came out. So I was like, I had the collector's edition pre-ordered, and I'm dressed up as Vincent. I'm like, yo, are you going to be here next year? He's like, I don't know, man. I was like, yo, I need you to sign my arm, bro. He's like, what you mean? That metal arm, that plastic arm that comes with the collector's edition Phantom Pain. He's like, oh, you better be ready for that game. I'm like, shit.
Were you ready for the game?
Oh, no.
Nobody was ready for that game. Yeah, so cool. So you guys are looking for Saturday? Yeah, it kept us waiting. I'm actually also going to be at MegaCon this year. I'm actually going for work. Thursday and Friday, I'm working at one of the tables for my company. So I will be representing Full Sail at the con for those 2 days. And if I'm able to get in on Saturday, I'd love to do that. So we'll see what happens. But no real panels. MegaCon for me is the same. It's huge. It's honestly not that specific, and I don't find it all that enjoyable.
I don't find it enjoyable. I mean, like I said, there are not that many interesting panels. I mean, like, yeah, if you're going there to see your favorite celebrities do panels and stuff, it's great. And like, it's in a sense, like, not to sound hipster douchey or anything like that. It's just like, it's very normal, like,
it's extremely
convention.
Mainstream convention kind of deal, yeah. Don't worry, you did sound like it. No. But we're all the same way at this point, I think. Considering you had to convince Zia just to go, right? Come on, Logan.
Yeah.
Show up.
Yeah.
I was like, Zia, come on, man. You could do your Wolverine cosplay that we're working on. I'm going to bring my niece. She could be the X-23, so you got it. You're good.
You got this. Yeah, and if not for MegaCon, if I wasn't going for work, I'd actually be in Atlanta for MomoCon, which I wanted to go to.
Yeah, I heard MomoCon's pretty
I wanted
lit.
to check out MomoCon, so I'm not going to be able to this year because of the work. But I'm going to make the most of the weekend and hopefully see you guys. So that's the game plan. So after MegaCon, the convention we're really excited for in June, Anime Festival Orlando. So yeah, we all have some panels. So real quick, we've talked about it before in the show, but if anybody would like to take a quick pitch as to why AFO is awesome, feel free. This is the time to do it.
Well, for one, AFO, the con usually, like, they have the late night panels, which is up until like 2 o'clock in the morning, or you could be just chilling with Ruben Langdon.
Oh, yeah. And the crowd goes wild.
My favorite celebrity there.
Ruben Langdon.
Ruben Langdon is pretty awesome.
He really is.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, he is cool beyond comprehension of normal mortal men, I think.
He is a mystical being of crazy.
He really is a mystical man.
I'm talking about good crazy.
Yeah.
As in good Dante crazy, not Dante.
Yes, Dante, not to be confused with Dante.
Yeah, no,
Ruben's
an awesome dude. He's super cool to talk to. We had the chance last year after the convention. Logan and I got to sit with him for a couple of hours. It was just like us and maybe one or two other people popping in and out. But we talked with him extensively. Just a really interesting person to talk to.
And it's funny because at one of the AFOs, you guys were there, but we haven't met yet.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of too inebriated for his panel at that time.
The funniest thing about that is that I was at the panel too.
Yeah.
Kay and I didn't know each other, so he was sitting across from me. I remember his group getting up and leaving, and I remember like a bunch of drunk guys.
So I'm just like, literally, that was probably like my first AFO as well. And so I'm like half shirtless, and I'm just going into this. I'm like, yo, Dante is hosting a panel. I fucking love Devil May Cry. He's doing this shit about everything. It's a theory of everything panel type thing going on. There's a woman sitting in front of me, and she's like talking about like, oh yeah, it's gonna go into like the occult stuff kind of thing too. I'm like, what did I sign up for? I'm drunk.
Get me off this ride immediately.
So I'm just like chilling with like Ruben is setting up his cameras. I'm like, excuse me, Mr. Langdon. I just want to say you're the best Dante ever. I'm just like drunk. Fuck. You're the best. You're the only Dante.
That's awesome.
He's like, all right, man, that's cool. Chill out. Blah, blah, blah. Then he starts going into his panel, and then I'm just looking over at my friend Bill, and I'm just like, this is too much. The stuff that he's talking about is too much. Get the heck out of here
immediately.
I am too drunk for this. I might phase out.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of a good intro. The thing about AFO is, AFO, Anime Festival Orlando, is a great convention, and really what makes AFO so unique is how community and panel-driven it is. Most conventions bring panels, and they've got this and that, but, whereas most of them focus on celebrities, something like MegaCon or other cons are all about, like, who can we get as a guest? AFO does have some cool guests, like Ruben, but it's also, like, the panel content itself is just so diverse and enriching, and it gives people a chance to talk about things they love. As Kent, who's one of the people in charge of panels, if not he is the guy in charge of panels, Kent Ward, he says, like, it's the meat and potatoes of the convention is the panels. So panelists get treated really well, and all three of us are panelists this year, and just tremendous love for AFO. But basically, it is a weekend-long anime-themed convention where you will see any and everything anime and Japanese culture that people from all around have brought in to celebrate with their beloved local anime community. So absolutely, you'll see us there, and more people. I love AFO, honestly. It's a great con. It's such a great con. It's a great time every year. So I think from there we can transition. I know we all have a panel this year. So Kay, since you were talking about you were talking about exactly why you've been suffering, tell us what what is your motive? Why are you doing this?
Well, last year, me and Zia, when we met, we were like, man, I remember we were having lunch at Universal. We were just like, I really want to just host panels pertaining to fitness in regards to cosplay. Zia was just like, I'm planning that for AFO. You want to join on? So we did our cosplay fitness panel last year. And so pretty much we're doing our cosplay fitness panel this year now again. Year 2 of that.
Yeah.
So pretty much getting our bodies in shape and trying to show people, since we used to get asked that a lot at conventions, like, how do you get a body like that? Or how do you do, what do you do to look the way you do in your cosplay? And it's just like, I work out and I eat right, and it's just suffering sometimes to get into shape for cosplay.
Fit mate.
So pretty much, yeah, it's pretty much like, general education for physical education. Kind of goes over the do's and don'ts of fitness, but while also applying cosplay mentality to it. And you can literally apply this mentality to almost every aspect in your life as well.
Right on. Yeah, and I got to attend the panel last year. I stood by the camera and helped out a little bit, and it was a fun time. There were some issues with the because that room didn't have the projector set up. But you guys still managed to make an entertaining panel. Everybody walked out of there with some kind of energy, be it a protein bar or a drink. And they were rewarded for their efforts, so it was a really good panel, and I definitely recommend it to anybody who's looking for the information or just wants something to get the blood flowing in the morning at a convention where you've probably been making mistakes all weekend and probably a little too late, to take care of your body.
Oh, trust me. After that panel, I'm just going beelining it right to Popeyes, which I love the fact that Popeyes is right across the street from the convention. It's just like, all right, guys, meet me at Popeyes.
See you later. Yeah. Right on.
I don't know if I'll be hitting the junk food that soon after, but I do know after the convention's over, I want pancakes. That hit me today. It's like I want pancakes.
Man,
I saw that at Burger King.
I saw
that at Burger King. 89 cents for three pancakes.
Wait,
I'm like,
what?
man, yeah.
Pancakes at Burger King?
They're like little pancakes, right?
Yeah, they're like little mini dollar
pancakes. Yeah.
Oh,
like silver dollar pancakes.
Yeah. It just seems so wrong.
But it's so good.
It just seems so wrong, he says.
Chocolate chip pancakes.
Woo!
Don't you know, Zia, is that
Wake up with the king.
Their pancakes are, flame broiled.
Oh, baby, that changes everything.
So it's good for you, man.
Yeah.
It'll help you burn them calories. There you go. So, yeah, that's the cosplay fitness panel. I've actually got a few panels myself this year. I've got 3, and I'll also be helping out with the panels, as will Logan. But my 3 panels are varying in content. I've got my annual Attack on Titan discussion panel. I actually tabled it for some time, and I'm bringing it back now because, 1, the chapters have been revealing some awesome stuff, and 2, the anime's back, so I figured this is a good enough time to talk about the series. Also doing my intro to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure panel, which is a great intro panel for people who've not seen JoJo or read it or anything. It's spoiler free, and I mean you guys have seen it. You can kind of attest. Nobody walks out of there knowing things they shouldn't know before they've read the story. I keep it very very safe.
No, I love how you go over the history of it as well, and go deep into the history of it, why it's this way and everything like that.
Right.
You just pretty much explain like a general, thing of how this stuff got created and what is going through the mindset of him while he's creating it. All these arcs.
And even the cultural impact of the franchise.
Yep.
Cover all these different subjects. So it's a very good informational panel for people who are interested in learning about JoJo or just hearing more that they already know. So the last one I'm hosting, it's the first time I'm doing this panel. It is a special panel near and dear to my heart. Ryugami ne na. It's the Gachimuchi Power Hour. It's a late night panel at AFO this year.
Please, Stan, explain to us what Gachimuchi is.
Gachimuchi is it's a subgenre of videos that was spawned on Nico Nico Doga. It's very hard to go into detail, so I'd rather let people be surprised. But basically, let's just take the premise of rickrolling somebody. You promise one video, and it's the old bait and switch. They open up the video, and instead of seeing the thing they were promised, they are greeted with giant muscular men wrestling each other in their underwear. Yeah, see that. So that is the start of the subgenre, but it goes into much deeper, darker, deep, dark fantasies.
Oh, baby.
So that's how you know where it's at. So I think last year, at Awa, that was a huge recurring theme, was the gachi quotes, and it continued for the rest of the year. It's just such a fun and all-encompassing genre of silliness. It really brings out a lot of creative people, and I wanted to share the creativity of the creators of the people who celebrate Gachimuchi. This is an 18-plus panel for good reason, so for those who are willing to understand philosophy, manliness, and Gachimuchi, Aniki is waiting. So those are my panels.
I'm gonna bring the oil.
Yeah, another victim. All right, Logan, you got some panels this year, brother. Tell us about your panels.
So aside from the fitness panel, I also have a Castlevania panel. and I'll basically be running through the history of the franchise. Basically, Castlevania has taken on a lot of different incarnations and styles, so I wanted to touch on all those differences, and I'll take a look at the important games in the series and kind of give a rundown on all of that. And the other panel is it's basically in the same vein. It's a Final Fantasy panel that, again, goes through the history of the series, because Final Fantasy has also gone through a lot of different changes, its style, its gameplay. And with the release of 15 not too long ago, I thought that this was an appropriate time to do that. So that's it's basically going to be the same thing for both of them: a quick history of the franchise, important games, maybe a little shout out to my favorites, or if the audience wants to touch on something they like. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to the Castlevania panel.
I'm honestly looking forward to both. Yeah, those are big ones.
Because I believe Castlevania doesn't get enough love at conventions. I haven't been to a convention where it's just kind of like Castlevania or something like that.
Likewise, and last year you brought out Hellsing. For your panels at cons, and I'm curious to see him. You're continuing with the vampire theme, but with a different franchise. And
why are you so pale? Why are you so pale, Logan?
You've been in...
I don't know. It's hard being this pale and living in Florida
with your gothic statues and mansion.
Yeah, and all my books around me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So yeah, that's what the cast of DD Radio has going on as far as panels go at AFO this year. Great convention. Really looking forward to it. Also, a quick plug: Tiny Waves is doing the rave again. So that's something to look forward to for people who like some great guests. Like that. Yeah, DJ Joe, Tofuku, Robo Rob, and Ben Briggs will be playing for that. And it's just overall, it's a great con. Man. They put so much into the quality of the event that you can't really go wrong. So definitely, if you haven't already, go to AFO. We will see you there. Yeah, awesome. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and transition into our next episode. Be sure to stick around for part 2, where we'll be talking about something we've mentioned previously. What series is that, Logan?
That would be American Gods.
Oh yeah, Shadow Moon's coming for you. All right, so after the jump, you will hear about American Gods and more. So stay tuned. This is DD Radio with Stanpai.
Okay.
And Logan.
All right, we'll be right back.